My name is Charles Hall. I am the chairman of Working Families United for New Jersey. We're a statewide organization that focuses on issues. We're non-political, non-partisan. We have been working on the minimum wage ballot initiative for a year. We have been across the state from South Jersey to North Jersey and east and west of the state. Our goal has been to educate the community on the ballot initiative, ballot question number 2, to raise the minimum wage from 7 1/4 to 8 1/4. This will be a great day in our state. I'd also like to tell you that Working Families United for New Jersey is an organization made up of fellow community organizations, the labor movement, retirees, students, grassroots organization, religious communities, and individuals that are just concerned about their community and the middle class and those that don't have a voice.
All right.
At this time, we will begin to move down our speakers list, and we will keep it short. We have a great deal of speakers. But first and foremost, I'd like to introduce my good friend and my brother in the labor movement, and he has been just tremendous on our effort to educate people on the minimum wage. That's my good friend and brother, Pete Pizzacca, who's the president of Hudson County Central Labor Council. Pete, come on up, brother.
All right. Welcome, brothers and sisters. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to Jersey City, the home of the Hudson County Central Labor Council, which represents 18,000 union members from dozens of local unions here in Hudson County. Thank you all for being here today. Yesterday, Mayor Fulop signed the paid sick time ordinance here in Jersey City. And since the mayor's election, we've seen a refreshing change in city government. While we certainly commend the mayor and the city council on their worker-friendly achievement, there is more work to do. In just 15 short days, voters in Jersey City will go to the polls and do what the governor would not do, and that is raise the minimum wage. All right. On November 5th, low-wage earners in our state will get a much-needed $1 an hour extra in their hourly wage.
Right. Yeah.
When I began working back in 1967, before a lot of you were born, the minimum wage was $1 an hour. Hard to imagine, but it's true. I earned less than $2,000 for the entire year. It was tough in 1967 to scrape by, and is even tougher today. Many folks are cobbling together 2 or even 3 part-time jobs just to pay rent and put food on the table. Imagine what an extra $1 an hour would mean to those folks. $7.25 an hour just doesn't cut it. $8.25 an hour is just a start. There will be yearly cost of living increases, which will help. Yeah. What would really help is a full-time job for everyone who wants a job, yes, and everybody that wants one.
Exactly.
We need to work towards that goal, but in the meantime, let's focus on turning out the vote on November 5th and pass question number 2, raise the minimum wage.
All right.
Jersey City and Hudson County are uniquely diverse. We come from many different cultures, but one issue I believe we can all agree, and that is we can no longer accept a wage that does not come close to allow us to provide for our families. So please stand with me and each other on November 5th and vote yes on question number 2. Si se puede, yes we can.
All right.
You know, I represent the Hudson County Central Labor Council, but I can't do it alone. We have a very vibrant and dynamic leader in the building trades, and I want to bring up Patty Kelleher from the Hudson County Building Trades Council.
We as the building trades here, we represent 30,000 people in Hudson County alone with all the trades here. We've spoken to Charlie and Laurel with the mayors of Jersey City, Mayor Fulop, Mayor Dawn Zimmer, Mayor Mark Smith. They're important people here moving ahead with minimum wage. As building trades, we suffered a long time with not getting raises and stuff like that. But we understand, we have members, kids that are working in these jobs and stuff like that, and they need to get a raise. And it's the right thing, and the building trades support it 100%. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome to Hudson County. to all of our visitors here today. I heard that the freeholders came from their meeting today in order to be here. Well, I'm going to outdo them a little bit. I drove 150 miles from Amish country with my wife to be here today. And there's no place that I'd rather be. And I'm going to keep my remarks short. And I'm going to start with a quote from one of my favorite Republicans. Don't boo, it's Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said, if any man tells you he loves America, yet hates labor, he's a liar. If any man tells you he trusts America, yet fears labor, he is a fool. You know, all of the pundits on both sides of the aisle have been talking about the gap between our richest citizens and from our poorest, the shrinking middle class. No one is making the contention that by raising the minimum wage $1, we're going to solve all these problems. But you know what? It's a good step in the right direction, and it's one that New Jersey is going to make in a couple of weeks from now. My friend Pete Pasaka said it before. It's a shame that people have to work 2, sometimes 3 jobs in order to feed their family, in order to pay their rents or mortgages. It shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't only be creating jobs. And this Journal Square, you come back here in a few years, you're going to see people working here, building these buildings and then working in the services that they'll provide. We need to provide them with jobs that they can actually feed their families for. Right. Hudson County will lead the charge, as it did in electing Cory Booker, a senator a couple of weeks ago. Will lead the charge. And you would think that just once before his term was up, Governor Christie would do something that is right for the little guy and not the bad guy, by the big guy, by endorsing this. I open with a quote from Abraham Lincoln. I would like to close with a quote from the great labor leader John L. Lewis. All right. Let the workers organize. Let the toilers assemble. Let their crystallized voice proclaim their injustices and demand their privileges. Let all thoughtful citizens sustain them, for the future of labor is the future of America. All right. God bless you. Good luck on November.
I'll be brief. It's hard to add additional comments to some of the terrific speakers earlier. I just want to start by saying welcome to everybody here to Jersey City, and it's great to have so many labor leaders from across the state, which really speaks volumes. We wanted to host this in Jersey City because Jersey City is in many ways a symbol of America and a symbol of the state of New Jersey. It's really the gateway of America. We stand in the shadow today of the Statue of Liberty, of Ellis Island, and Jersey City in many ways represents the struggles of families across the entire state of New Jersey. We have here 75 different languages spoken in our schools, one of the most diverse communities, and most importantly, a blue-collar working community since its roots 350 years ago. We stand here in Jersey City because we recognize that this is an important initiative for Jersey City, as mentioned earlier, and for the entire state of New Jersey, because every single day I hear, the county executive hears, every other mayor hears stories like Tasia over here and the struggles. People ask me every single day, what's the biggest surprise since you got into office 4 months ago? And I tell them that I didn't appreciate initially the struggles of working families that they really experience day in and day out. That every single day I encounter people who are underemployed, unemployed, looking for a better job, that are just struggling to get by, and they ask for help. This is $1 is what we're talking about. And all the naysayers that say time and time again that this is not the right time, the reality is that there is no wrong time to do the right thing. And today, and those same people will tell you that when the economy's struggling, it's not the right time because the economy's struggling. When the economy's on the rebound, they'll tell you it's not the right time because it's a fragile economy right now. It's not the right time to do it. The reality is that November 5th is the right time. And we are out there educating people and telling people that they need to vote yes on ballot question number 2. Now here, we're all here and we understand the importance of it, and we chose to do it here because we wanted people to walk by and see the signs and be curious, what are they talking about? Because the reality is that not enough people know that this is a question on the ballot come November 5th. I'll also point out it's the first time in many municipalities like Jersey City that there are Board of Education elections also on that ballot, which make it that much more complicated to find initiatives like this of great importance on the ballot. So it's imperative that each and every one of you not only come to events like this, but that you go out and you tell your neighbors, you tell your friends, you tell your labor partners that you know the importance of letting their neighbors know that November 5th is a crucial day in the future of New Jersey. So please come out. It couldn't be more important than November 5th.
All right.
Thank you. Brothers and sisters, our friends from the political community, many of the activists, many of the people that we've been working with for months and months and months on this. You're going to hear from a lot of speakers tonight, so I'll be brief. This is the first time in our state's history that the working people of this state are going to have the ability to give themselves a raise. It's up to us. We have the numbers. As Charlie said, we've been going from north to south, east to west. Every day we're in a different town, different community. We have the power. Don't believe the nonsense that this is going to drive jobs. History has shown in this state, every time the minimum wage has raised, it attracted more jobs. The people that this is going to affect, the 420,000 minimum wage workers in our state, they're not going to take this money and put it in a bank, in the stock market, in a CD. They need it to live. They're going to buy more food for their families, pay college tuition, buy a house. They're going to reinvest this money into communities like this. So on November 5th, let's all do the right thing.
Yeah.
Let's vote yes on question 2.
All right.
I just want to recognize, I just want to say here in the great city of Jersey City, not only the community folks, but to have the freeholders and 3 of the biggest mayors up in this county that are here that aren't afraid to come out in front of the TV cameras and stand up and say, let's do the right thing and raise everybody up, not just in Jersey City, but all around the state, makes me very proud. God bless each and every one of you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tasia Trutwell. I'm 20 years of age. I'm a resident in Newark, New Jersey. Working for minimum wage, as you all know, is not a go. Like, no one can survive off of that. I have a 1-year-old daughter. I work as a security guard in Newark, New Jersey, and it's hard, honestly, especially with the daughter. I graduated recently from Drake College of Business.
All right. Way to go, Tasia.
Thank you. And of course, the student loans follow. So with the 1-year-old child, the student loans, and basically just trying to survive, provide for myself and her, and help my family out as well. I can't do it. And security, it's a little more than minimum wage, and I'm grateful for that. But of course, it's still not enough. And $8.25, only $1 more, trust me, it'll make a difference.
Yeah.
It'll definitely make a difference. For the people living with it, like my peers and things like that, we're not always able to do the things that we want to do, especially when we have priorities as far as children and bills and things like that. And some of us who don't have support, $7.25 an hour is not enough for us. Like, we won't survive. So everybody, please vote yes.
All right.
It is, and I know you hear this all the time when people say it's an honor and a pleasure to be somewhere, but it truly is to stand here with all of you. And it's interesting, we stand here in the shadow of the financial capital of the world, New York City, a stone's throw from Wall Street, where day in and day out, billions of dollars are transacted. And yet we need to come here and have this discussion. And rightfully so, because it's that important. Because this discussion, this election, this vote, question 2, is about our friends, our neighbors, and our family members. It's about Tanisha, a single mom raising her family. Perhaps it's about a young college student working his way through college so his children can have better, so his family can have what they so rightly deserve in these United States, and in particular in the state of New Jersey. Perhaps it's about that senior citizen supplementing a meager pension, working a night job just to get by. This question impacts and is important to each and every one of us, and rallies like this are great. They're phenomenal. Don't lose sight. The important part of this is when we leave here today, our voice is heard throughout the state of New Jersey, that Hudson County is leading the charge, that question 2 passes overwhelmingly for each and every one of you. Thanks for having me. God bless.
Thank you, man.
Our freeholder board has always been in the forefront. We were the 2nd county in the United States to adopt a living wage because we understand this county, more than any county in the state of New Jersey, has the greatest disparity between the earnings of our employees and the cost of living. When you look at what the rents are in Hudson County versus what a minimum wage is, someone can't live in an apartment in this county with what minimum wage currently is. They'd have to work 80 or 90 hours a week just to support the apartment that they live in. This issue is more critical to Hudson County than it is to any county in the state of New Jersey. And what does $1 an hour mean more? It means that young lady at our county college, books alone per semester, $300 to $400. That means at $1 an hour, 2 to 3 months will wipe out that $1 an hour. That's nothing to ask for. We need to be proactive. We need to tell our families, our friends, everyone I know, this is a big ballot, many candidates, many questions. We need to tell each and every person we know, first thing you do, walk in there, question 2, vote yes. And after that, vote for our ticket. Thank you very much.
Buenas tardes con todos. Gracias a Dios por estar aquí.
Déjame traducir. Good evening, everyone. I want to thank God for allowing me to be here today.
Mi nombre es Gertrudis López Contreras. Yo trabajo limpiando aviones para la compañía FranFly durante 3 años.
My name is Gertrudes Lopez Contreras. I work as a service provider for a prime flight airplane cleaning industry.
Con un sueldo de $7.25 la hora, sin aumento hasta la fecha.
I've been working at $7.25 an hour since I began without a raise in sight.
Por ganar este sueldo tan poquito, no puedo pagar una renta sola. Tengo que compartir con otra persona para pagar el apartamento.
Because I cannot make enough, I am forced to share an apartment with several people. Thus, I cannot afford a place of my own on this salary.
Hay veces que tengo que decidir qué cuenta pagar porque no me alcanza. Es una desesperación para mí.
Every month I have to pick the bills I will pay, leaving me in a state of perpetual desperation as far as my finances are concerned.
Toda mi familia vive en Perú. Ellos tienen muchas necesidades y tengo que ayudar.
I also have my whole family in Peru with lots of necessities that I have to help with.
Y ver cómo me alcanza el dinero para ayudar a ellos.
I have to, every month, decide how I split my money to help everyone in my life.
Por eso pido a todos los encargados de la ley, tomen cuenta de nosotros trabajadores de esta compañía.
I plead to those involved in making this decision to please make a higher minimum wage possible for everyone working with me and working on minimum wage.
Yeah.
Muchísimas gracias por escucharme. Esperamos un consuelo para todos los trabajadores del aeropuerto de Newark. Muchas gracias.
It's an honor to be here with all of you, and I want to say to Tasia and Gertrude, thank you so much for sharing your personal stories. I know that's not an easy thing to do, but you demonstrate why this is so important that we get this done. So, as you all know, we live in one of the most expensive areas in the country. So it makes sense, it makes no sense that we have one of the lowest minimum wages in the country. A strong middle class, I mean, in California, they just raised it to $10 an hour. So a strong middle class has always been the backbone of our economy. But we're seeing that middle class erode with stagnant wages, even as profits reach record levels. We can grow our economy. We can build a strong middle class, not by racing to the bottom, but by lifting everyone up. So on November 5th, we have a very, very important decision to make. Do we value hard work? Do we want to build a strong middle class? Raising the minimum wage is an economic and moral imperative for our state and city. So I am very proud to be standing here with you today supporting ballot question number 2. We need everyone to vote yes, and most importantly, we need everyone here to recognize that we cannot take this for granted. The polls say everyone supports this in the state of New Jersey, but we need to make sure that we call everyone, that we email them, we use every possible way to reach them to make sure that everyone is aware that this is on the ballot and they make sure to vote yes on ballot question number 2. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hernandez, and I am representing New Jersey City University's Board of Trustees here at this wonderful rally. It's a great turnout. I'm also representing the New Jersey United Students, which is a coalition of students in New Jersey that fight for higher educational rights. And actually, this is a very important issue for students in New Jersey. We need to raise this minimum wage. For example, personally, I have 3 jobs while I go to university and I do my extracurricular activities. I do have my family responsibilities, and I still manage to provide for them and still manage to do what I need to do, be here today in front of you all and give my testimony. And I believe that $1 an hour, yes, is not that much, but at the end of the day, it's a step towards the right direction, and that's where we need to be going. So, for example, I know I've heard a lot of negative things for this $8.25 an hour raise, but I believe that it's very influential for everyone in New Jersey, because that is going to promote the GDP of and it's going to promote our economy. So, excellent. I want to end on that note. Thank you very much, and vote yes. All right. Thank you.
People said to me, why will the teachers support this? They're certainly not worried about minimum wage. And they're right, but we're worried about our children in our classrooms. When I began teaching, and I won't tell you how many years ago because I just won't, the parents, even if it was a one-parent family, the mother worked all day, but in the evening, she was there to see her children. We all want parent engagement. As my career went on, I found out that parents, when we were asking them to come in during the day for a meeting, they'd have to give up an hour or 2 to come to school, and they lost money. And we keep saying, I taught in Perth Amboy, which is an urban community like this, that parents don't care. Parents are getting a bad rap. They do care. And because they care so much, they're working now 1 job, 2 jobs, and 3 jobs. And they're not home like I was fortunate. My mother was home when I got there, and she checked my homework maybe a little too diligently, but she checked it and checked it and checked it. But our parents, the parents in these communities, they are going from job to job, and they're sending their kids to latchkey programs after school. It's not fair. It's not fair that parents are getting the bad rap. It's not fair that parents have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to take care of their children. Economic opportunity, and that's what we're looking for. Economic opportunity by raising this wage. And economic opportunity leads to educational opportunity, because the more we can give our parents, the more chance they have to be at home to take their kids. And you could pile on all the educational initiatives you want. You look at the data, you look at the research. Children who come from homes where parents are truly engaged in their education succeed. So if we could have parents at home 1 or 2 more hours a week with their kids, we can move the educational needle of this state to one that could lead the nation. So for no other reason, we need you on November 5th to vote yes for the kids. Thank you.
Economic justice is one of the major missions of the NAACP. And it is inconceivable to us that people are asked to work for $7.25 an hour. It's wrong, and it has to be changed.
All right.
We strive for the best that we possibly can do for the working class people of this town and this country. We in the NAACP believe that the working class are the backbone of this country, and we owe it to them to do the right thing. So on November the 2nd, not only November 5th, not only you, but bring some friends and tell everybody you possibly can, get out and vote yes to raise the minimum wage.
Good evening, everyone. Excuse us if we have to leave. We have to get back to the meeting in a few minutes. Obviously, everyone said it's an honor and pleasure to be here. More importantly, not only do we have to vote yes, but we have to recognize the commitment and involvement of so many elected officials from all the different communities. That's what you elect us to do, to work together, municipal level, county level, state level, federal level, to support and do what is the right thing, as that's what's been said here. It's the morally right thing to do. It's the correct right thing to do. It's people like Charlie. It's people like Pete. It's people like Pat. It's people like my lifelong friend Vinny that are out there on the front lines fighting for you. And we are also there with you. So let's get this done. Get everybody out. Ballot question number 2. We're voting yes. Si lo puedo. God bless.